Oh, what's good, Josh? Your boy J Swap. And today I'm here to bring you the first of many chapter reviews, hopefully for the JJK Modulo manga. I recently caught up to it. I had caught up to it in the past as well. We were delving into Cross and Maru's origins, learning more about the Sumerians, how they dealt with segregation, what led them to Earth. And I just found that flashback so compelling. It's insane how great this sequel series has been so far. For me to catch up again and see what's going on in the present day of this manga, see how Yuka, Tsurugi, and Maru have gotten to this point, because ultimately the humans and the Sumerians just could not find it in themselves to trust one another. It's very tough to see, but again, this is JJK. It's not gonna be sunshine and roses at all. With that said, we are here to focus on chapter 17, which is a continuation of the fight between Tsurugi and Maru. If you like anything I gotta say all in this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, following the TikTok. Continue to grow this page, man. I got a lot more content coming for y'all: anime, manga, TV, all that. After the little perceptions part of the chapter that I could care less about, before we get back into the fight with Tsurugi and Maru, we get an inner monologue from Tsurugi speaking on his father and how after Yuka was born, he basically walked out on him. Yuka and Tsurugi are a year apart in age, so he comments on the fact that he never really got to know his pop. It was so bad, neither Maki nor Yuta wanted to speak on this man. But from what he heard about people in his community, apparently he was serious and diligent like Yuta. And Tsurugi comments on the fact that this might have been his undoing. Apparently he was tight at how weak the sorcerers of his era were compared to before him. For whatever reason, I mean, they lived in peace times for what we know, but obviously he didn't really like that too much. Anyway, we fast forward to a conversation that Tsurugi heard a maid overhear him have it with a hooded man who just told bro it don't matter. And this hooded man is very clearly Yuji Itadori. Now, with how they've been teasing this man Yuji in this series, I thought he was going to be the one to fight the Bora, but obviously that has not been the case. I do think we will see Yuji at some point in this series with how much they've been teasing him. As much as I don't want to really see him throw hands, just because I know his mental state right now is extremely fragile, seeing all his friends go the way he has, he is the Earth's strongest soldier at this point in time. And we've seen Maharaga's track record. I don't really think that he has the best chance against the Bora at this point in time, especially because it's the first time he's adapting to an alien species. So I do think Yuji's gonna have to step in at some point. The question is when. Anyway, Tsurugi's inner monologue continues, asking many questions. Why did his father walk out on him? If he were born with a curse technique instead of Yuka, would he have walked out before Yuka was born? But if Yuka didn't have a curse technique, would he have stayed to try another child? He says that he tried to keep all this from his young sister, but she's smart, so she probably peeped what was going on. And honestly, Tsurugi and Yuka's pops does not sound like the best guy. He sounds like an Endeavor type from My Hero Academia, if you know, you know. Just seeking to make a child that had a curse technique that was powerful enough to change the world in some kind of way. Now he's sick, especially when you see what Tsurugi has been capable of doing in this fight against Maru so far. Speaking of the fight, we get right back to it, and we see Tsurugi struggling to adapt to Maru's curse technique, Chaos and Harmony. The world around him keeps on shifting. It's hard for him to keep his balance. Maru manages to catch Tsurugi's blade at a point with his own sword. Tsurugi is so strong with his heavy restriction that he's able to strip Maru of his sword entirely. Then causes Maru to counter once again with Chaos and Harmony, flipping the entire stage that they're on, to where now Maru is looking down at Tsurugi as it looks like he is falling, dreaming. Maru already declares victory at this point, but Tsurugi's like, even if there's only a 1% chance that I can claim victory and save Yuka's life, I'm gonna take it. Maru says, I would expect no less from a big brother. He then proceeds to punch this man in his entire chest cavity into a building, then grabs multiple trucks, cars, automobiles of all kinds, and throws it into that same building into Tsurugi. You can see Maru absolutely does not want to do this. The pain in his eyes having to hurt somebody who's become a friend over all this time since he and Cross have come to Earth. It's like Maru said some chapters ago, they might not be able to find another planet habitable like Earth if they were to leave. So it's no real point in taking that risk with all of the people that they have on that giant spaceship. After Tsurugi takes his hit, he is laid out on the ground. I'm thinking it's over. We about to go right back to Maharaga versus the Bora. But then all of a sudden he taps into Yuta's ring, and we see for the first time in this series the return of Rika. I love seeing the banter between these two, Rika kinda frying Tsurugi for accepting her help and becoming an entirely new being altogether. Putting the power of the now combined Tsurugi and Rika on full display, punching Cross hard enough for him to have to guard up. It's about to be a crazy fight going into chapter 18. I give this chapter a cool 9 out of 10. I'm really looking forward to seeing the combined forces of Rika and Tsurugi now. Tsurugi's heavily restriction plus Rika just being insanely busted. Having a fight against Maru's Chaos and Harmony, I cannot wait to see it in this next chapter. We gotta wait 2 weeks for it. Don't worry, I got some more content for y'all in the meantime as we wait for chapter 18. Till then though, y'all drop y'all thoughts on the chapter in the comments. How do you think this fight is gonna shake out? And how have you been liking JJK Modulo so far? I've been Jose Swap. We've been entertained, and we go talk soon. Peace out.